Okay, friends, welcome. And today we're going to be talking about the most confusing form that I've gotten the most questions about in the last few weeks. So we're just going to settle this once and for all. This is about form SPBB. That stands for Seller Payment to Buyer's Broker. Here's what I want to say right from the beginning. This is not a required form. You don't have to use it. I would not use it. So if you came here for that, you can stop this video and just know that we do not expect you to use it, nor should you use it. Uh, Maybe stay and watch the rest of this to find out what it's actually for and what it's used for and what it's supposed to be used for versus what everyone thinks it's going to be used for. So starting off, I got the RPA section right here at the top, and you can see that there's a box that says seller agrees to pay the obligation of buyer to compensate the buyer's broker. A lot of agents are just going through their offers and they're just checking that box. They're not even thinking about what does this mean. They're just checking a box, and then that's automatically adding the SPBB to their offer. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the actual form and we're going to see what does the form actually say. All right. So I underlined the important things here. The first thing is buyer has entered into a written agreement to compensate the buyer's broker. What does that mean? It means your buyer has signed an exclusive contract agreeing to pay the buyer's commission. So the first question you should be asking is this true? Did the buyer enter into a written agreement to pay my commission as a buyer's agent? Probably not. All right. So automatically you shouldn't be including this. But this is what the form is meant for. The form is meant for, let's just say, I'm just going to skip right to it, right? Because I thought of an example to use. Let's say that your buyer agreed to pay you 3%, right? You've got a buyer exclusive, they're going to pay 3%. And in this case, line two, the MLS is only offering 2%. What this form does is asks the seller to pay the difference in what your buyer has agreed to pay you versus what the seller's broker has agreed to pay, right? So you have an exclusive contract with your buyer. They're going to pay you 3% as a buyer's agent. You're getting 2% from the MLS. You're asking the seller to pay the 1% difference. So a lot of agents are just checking the box and including it with their offer. And it's like, no, you don't have an exclusive agreement. They think that it's a way for the seller to pay more commission. It's not. You can even see in line four, buyer authorizes escrow to deliver seller a copy of the portion of the written agreement. So in most cases, you probably don't even have a written agreement, and yet you're authorizing escrow to deliver this copy. So to summarize, this form is only for when buyers have an agreement to pay the buyer's agent's commission and there's a difference in the MLS. If you are representing a seller and you get this form, here's the language: seller counteroffer. Buyer's agent compensation is listed in MLS. Seller will not pay the obligation of buyer to compensate buyer's agent in G3. That's the language. If you're on the listing side, anytime this comes across, counter it out because your seller is not going to be paying the buyer's agent's commission. The buyer will be. And if you are on the buyer side, don't check the box. We don't need this form. Any questions? Shoot me an email or put them in the comments.